Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator. A very happy new year to everyone. Now today we are going to start with the daily news analysis of the Hindu newspaper for 1st of Jan 2021. In today's class, we are going to decode the most important articles from the newspaper from the perspective of UPSC, CSE, both prelims and mains. हम prelims और mains के perspective से जो important news articles हैं उन्हीं को पढ़ने वाले हैं. Where I'm also going to let you know what important editorials you need to study in order to make your content enriched for your upcoming mains examination as well. So let's start decoding the newspaper. The PDF of this lecture will be provided by me on our Telegram channel, Simplifying UPSC with Ease. The link of the same is given below in the description box. Okay, now there is one more word of caution, that is, do not be dependent on the videos or on the current affair materials which are given. Instead, use them to enrich your answer writing, but do not be dependent on them. By being dependent, I mean to say that make sure that you are also highly aware of what is happening around your environment and what is noteworthy in your registers from the perspective of your examination. Okay, let's start. Before that, here's a small announcement. Unacademy has launched New Year Resolution UPSC CSE batches for all of you, and they are starting from 4th of January. Now, 3 batches have been launched. One is GS 6-month batch course for Prelims 21, GS 1-year batch course for 2022, and GS 2-year batch course for 2023. And the batches are in Hindi language also, English language also, and bilingual also. They are starting from 4th of January. Complete GS paper 1 to your ethics paper, GS paper 4. Complete preparation will be done over here in these batches. And also you can get 10% discount by using the code Sharma20 on your subscription of Unacademy Plus. The link is given below in the description box. Do not forget to use the code Sharma20 to apply for 10% discount. Let's start the class. On page number 1, the most important article, Vaccine Close to Approval hints DCGI. Yesterday we had studied that UK has already approved a vaccine for their nation. US is also in the process of approval. Now India also is gearing up for the distribution of vaccine. VG Somani, who is the Drug Controller General of India, indicated at a webinar that the country was close to approving COVID-19 vaccine. Now here this topic is important for GS paper 2. The subtopic is issues relating to development and management of social sector services relating to health. Here you have to understand what is a vaccine. Vaccine क्या होती है? It's a biological preparation that improves immunity to a particular disease. This question can come in prelims. They can give you 4 statements. They will ask you what is the correct meaning or what is a vaccine, right? So एक biological preparation है जो आपकी body की immunity को disease से लड़ने के लिए सक्षम बनाती है. Vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism. For example, in the case of COVID-19 vaccine, it will have an agent which will resemble just like the COVID-19 virus only. It will resemble the same virus and it will be injected, but it will be a weakened form of that virus. Okay, so it will stimulate your immunity system and prepare your immunity to fight against COVID-19. Now the agent stimulates the body's immune system to recognize the agent as foreign, destroy it and remember it. अब एक बार वैक्सीन के थ्रू जो एजेंट आपकी बॉडी में आ जाएगा, आपकी इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम को पता चल जाएगा, ठीक है, कैसे टैकल करना है. तो अगर फ्यूचर में किसी तरीके से वायरस आता भी है बॉडी में, तो क्या होगा, आपकी इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम पहले से ही प्रिपेयर होगी, उसकी मेमोरी में स्टोर्ड होगा. योर सेल्स, योर इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम हैज अ ब्रेन ऑफ इट्स ओन. Such a wonderful body that we have been given, right? Just so mysterious. Let's move forward to the next important article. Core sector output shrinks 2.6% in November. Now here we have to understand what are core sectors in the Indian economy. Core sectors of an economy are the main or the key industries in the economy. In India, we have 8 sectors which are classified as core sectors. So the output from India's 8 core sectors, they have hit a 3-month low in November, contracting 2.6%. In the festive month with coal, fertilizers and electricity, the only sectors to record positive growth. So only coal, fertilizers and electricity showed a very good, progress. Now let us understand what are the 8 core sectors of Indian economy. In 2013, a question came in prelims on the 8 core sectors. Different sectors were given and they asked which one of them fall under the category of core sectors. So first we have electricity, then we have steel, then refinery products, crude oil, coal, cement, natural gas and fertilizers. These industries have a major impact on general economic activities. They also, have a major impact on the industrial activities, because when we look at electricity, steel, crude oil, cement, natural gas, coal, fertilizers, these are also related to your industrial activities. Okay, and they represent the capital base of the economy also, these core sectors. So that is why these are known as the core sectors. ठीक है, core मतलब जो soul है. These 8 industries have combined share of above 40% in the industrial index of industrial production. This is again important because this index of industrial production it gives growth rates of different industries, according to which you can identify the GDP. Okay. Moving forward, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Prohibitory orders after the crow's die of bird flu. So prohibitory orders were imposed and a 1 kilometer radius area was declared a zero mobility zone. That means you cannot enter that area in Rajasthan's Jhalawar town on Thursday. After over 50 crows were found dead because of avian influenza. Avian influenza is also known as H5N1 or it is also known as bird flu. H5N1 is a type of influenza virus that causes a highly infectious severe respiratory disease in birds, which is known as avian influenza or bird flu. Human cases of H5N1 avian influenza, they occur very occasionally, but it is very tough to transmit this infection from person to person. ठीक है, because जब एक इंसान इन्फेक्ट होता है इस वायरस से तो मोर्टेलिटी रेट कम से कम 60% की होती है. Okay. Now let us understand what are the symptoms of bird flu. They start within 2 to 8 days. They can be like common flu, right? And treatment is, because this disease carry high mortality in humans, so using some antiviral drugs also within 2 days of the symptoms, it may help. 60% तक की mortality rate होती है humans में इस particular virus में. अगर symptoms के दिखने के 2 दिन के अंदर आप medication ले लेते हो, antiviral drugs ले लेते हो, तब भी वो help करता है. So over here you can see, this is bird flu. Bird flu is an infectious disease in birds caused by avian influenza type A viruses. Please remember the type. It is type A viruses and it may cause mild to severe illness or sudden death in birds. Okay. कौन इसमें vulnerable होता है? The domestic poultry, that is the chickens, they are more vulnerable. And how does it spread? Direct contact with the nasal and respiratory secretions from infected birds. Through that also it can spread. ठीक है. Now prevention, strict biosecurity measures, good hygiene, they are essential to protect against these particular outbreaks. So what kind of question in GS paper 3 they can frame? Write a note on bird flu, discuss how it can be prevented. ये question आपका mains में आ सकता है. Coming on to the editorial, over here you can see this is a very important editorial, a leopard count with a missing benchmark number. So assessing the number of cats in select cities and monitoring areas they occupy over SWOTs will ensure a better overview. So this particular editorial mentions the very important report. ये एक बहुत ही important report को mention करती है. The report is Status of Leopards in India 2018 report. This is very important. ठीक है, GS paper 3 के perspective से. So first of all let us understand what is the difference between leopard and cheetah. The most common differences between the two is the patterns on their coat. This is the pattern. आप pattern देख सकते हो coat पे. At first glance they will look same, right? But in actual fact, a leopard has rosettes which are like rose-like markings, and cheetahs have a solid round or oval spot shapes. Okay, that is the difference. Moving ahead, Indian leopards, they are known as Panthera pardus fusca. It's a leopard subspecies widely distributed on Indian subcontinent. This fact is important for prelims because in the IUCN Red List, leopards are listed as vulnerable. You have to remember this because of habitat loss, because of poaching, that means illegal hunting, they are vulnerable. ठीक है, point clear? Now, when we talk about the report, जब हम report की बात करते हैं, ठीक है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है द स्टेटस ऑफ इंडियन लेपर्ड्स रिपोर्ट एज पार्ट ऑफ इट्स ग्लोबल टाइगर सेंसस मींस काउंट, पॉपुलेशन काउंट. वाइल्ड लाइफ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया इज सेट टू रिलीज अ डेडिकेटेड रिपोर्ट ऑन लेपर्ड साइटिंग्स बाय द मंथ एंड and it is a quadrennial tiger survey. Okay, तो as per the report, इस रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से इंडिया now has 12,852 leopards. And there has been a more than 60% increase in population which has been recorded in the report, and states of Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, they have recorded highest leopard number. Okay, that also you have to remember. आगे बढ़ते हैं. This editorial you have to read it yourself. Has the Special Marriage Act failed to protect interfaith couples? This is not an editorial. It's a point of views of different people on the Special Marriage Act. It is relevant for essay also, GS paper 1 also, and GS paper 2 also. Please do go through this. Okay. Now next news, Colonel Bul Kumar, Siachen hero, passes away at 87. Colonel Narendra Bul Kumar, instrumental in the army launching Operation Meghdoot and securing dominating heights of Siachen Glacier in 1984, died at Army's Research and Referral Hospital. He was 87-year-old. Now here Operation Meghdoot you have to study, because this operation was once asked in prelims previous year question paper also. The Karachi Agreement that was signed in July 1949 did not specify who had authority over Siachen Glacier. So in 1970s and 80s, Pakistan government gave permission, gave allowance to mountaineering expeditions. Karachi Agreement में specify नहीं हुआ था कि Siachen Glacier के ऊपर किसकी authority है. और 1970s 80s में पाकिस्तान ने अपने लोगों को permission दे दी कि आप mountaineering expeditions पे जा सकते हो. And India made its first air landing on the glacier in 1978. So that is why India and Pakistan, that between them conflict started, because Pakistan allowed Japanese expedition, right? Authority was not specified that who has control over Siachen Glacier. So how can Pakistan give permission to the Japanese expeditions? So because of that, this Operation Meghdoot was launched on April 13, 1984, and under the operation, Indian troops successfully gained control of the entire Siachen Glacier. Okay, so these were the important articles that you had to study today. Also, do not forget to subscribe to Unacademy Plus. We are launching history batches also in these courses from 11th of Jan. So link is given below in the description box. Use code Sharma20 to get 10% discount, extra discount. Thank you and have a beautiful year ahead.